Good day, everyone. This is Sir Don, and welcome to another learning session for purposive communication. Today, we're going to discuss communication aids and strategies using tools of technology. Let me read to you the learning targets for today. At the end of the module, you will be able to compare different technological based or technology based communication aids and create a short presentation applying the strategies and tools of technology for communication. I believe that we have to master or we have to know the importance of communication aids and strategies and also technology by and large because these are something that we can use and utilize during our studies and by the time that we enter our profession. And let me remind you of the things that you have to answer for today. You have 8.2 activity. There are a list of gadgets or programs there. What you have to do is just you have to put a check mark if by chance you use it and an X if not. B.2 skill building activity 1 will be about the different technology based communication aids. What you have to do is you just have to give me or explain the functions of these communication aids. I want you to contextualize this into your profession. For example, if you're an education student, how do you use PPT or email as edu students or in the future in your profession? If you're an accountancy, how will you use email or how does emailing can be used in your profession or uh, in your studies as an accounting student or as an accountant in the future. Next, I'm about to introduce to you also a new comprehension strategy called 3 to 1 strategy by taking these steps with me. First, you need to, of course, read, highlight, and underline your content notes entitled Communication Aids and Strategies Using Tools of Technology. After that, identify 3 takeaways, the 3 most important things that you have learned from the readings. 2 questions that you have to answer. Again, you have to answer these questions also as we go on into our lecture. And one thing that you most like or you like about the lesson. So all in all, you have 3 activities there. Now, let's proceed to the discussion. Okay, communication aids and strategies using tools of technology. I want you to go into your content notes. Actually, when you say communication aid, from the word or from the phrase communication and aid would mean to help. So, ibig sabihin, communication aid helps communication. Sabi dyan, ito ay something na visual na nakakatulong sa atin when we communicate by and large. When we present, nakakatulong ito na mapakita natin yung gusto nating ipakita or ma-show natin yung mga ideas and information clearer, mas clearer and clearly. And also, it will make our presentations fun, useful, okay? And we can highlight the important steps using our communication aids. A perfect example of a communication aid is the one that you're using when you are presenting. Ano yon? Tama. That is PowerPoint presentations. Okay? So, si PowerPoint presentation, okay, ginagamit natin siya as an aid so that the information that we're communicating will be clear. Okay? It will be, or the ideas will be shown clearly. The important stuffs will be shown visually and will be highlighted using the communication aid. Now, yung communication aid ay tinatawag ding AAC devices. AAC means augmentative and alternative communication, which means that these are the ways that we use when talking or speech or oral communication might be hard. So, ano ba yung AAC? Kung ginagamit natin yung AAC kapag yung way of communication ay hindi via speech or hindi applicable or mahihirapan tayong gamitin yung oral communication natin when we are talking. And There are many reasons why a person may not be able to communicate using speech. Pwedeng halimbawang may developmental disability, no, na nakakaapekto sa development of speech. Baka kaya siya hindi nakakapagsalita dahil sa pipi siya, for example. So, this is a developmental speech disability. Pwede rin naman, for example, naka-acquire siya ng disorder na nakaapekto sa ability niya or sakit, halimbawa na nakaapekto sa activity niya, that he or she might find it hard to speak. Doon na papasok si AAC. Okay? Of course, communicating without speech is difficult, but there are other ways that you can use so that communication may be facilitated still. Okay? Now, there are different types of AAC devices and examples. These are, for example, voice output communication aids, yung mga speech generating devices natin, and speech like yung mga applications na ginagamit natin. For example, yung Google Text-to-Speech, for example, ay example ng AAC. Kasi pwede nating i-type and in the same manner, si Google app na yung mag-deliver vocally yung sinabi natin by words or tinype natin. So, that is an example. So, yung from text to speech, that is an example of AAC. And a lot more. Actually, meron tayong 3 types or general types of AAC devices. We have the low-tech, mid-tech, and high-tech. Okay. Ang example ng low-tech AAC system ay yung sign language. Okay? So, low-tech would mean it doesn't acquire too much technology at all. Okay? Next, another is mid-tech. So, kung kanina, it doesn't require much technology at all. Okay? Yung pangalawa naman, okay, it requires some technology but not or aren't the top of the line. Okay, like Go Talk Line by Attainment Company. Ang low-tech naman, sinabi natin kanina, these are the system that don't require much technology at all. Ang example niyan ay sign language. Okay? Meron din tayong high-tech. Dito na papasok yung mga applications or app versions sa mga devices natin na pwede mong i-download via smartphone or tablet for you to use. Okay? For example, yun nga, yung AAC device na text-to-speech or yung mga ginagamit din ng mga bata sa tablet, for example. Na kapag pinindot ito ang sound, things like that. So, these are AAC apps for also for kids. Okay, going back, there are lots of technology-based communication aids. Katulad halimbawa ng text messaging, social media, video calls, emails, video presentations, and slideshows. So, pwede kang mag-text and you can still communicate without voice kahit nasa Mindanao pa yung kausap mo via chat or text messaging. And these are examples of technology-based communication aids. We use technology to communicate as an aid. Okay? Another example, PowerPoint. Others would be Prezi, LinkedIn, SlideShare, Brainshark, and TED.com. These are examples of communication aid. Now, let's proceed to communication strategies. When you say communication strategy from itself, strategy would be ways. Ano yung mga pamamaraan na ginagamit natin pag nakikipag-usap tayo sa iba para mas maintindihan tayo and so that our messages can get across or come across clearer and clearly. Okay? For example, if eduk student ka and then sabi mo doon pedagogy, andragogy, metacognition, so ginamit mo yung mga yan. Tapos ang kausap mo 5-year-old kid kasi halimbawa bid ka, okay, elementary. Ang tanong is, maintindihan ba no elementary student yun? Of course not. Okay? Kapag accountancy ka naman, may kaibigan ka halimbawa na police and then sabi mo, nagkolumnar kami kanina. nagbalanse kami, there's debit, credit, nakita namin na ganitong percent pala ang projection, ganyan. Pag sinabi mong ganun, of course, it will be very and highly technical, no? May mga jargons tayo na tinatawag per profession. Hindi maiintindihan ng kaibigan mo kung hindi naman siya accountant. So, pag ganun, anong gagawin natin? Okay? Whether in the context of teaching and accounting, dapat, okay, or we may use simpler words or explain things in a different way. Mas simplihan natin, okay, para mas maintindihan tayo. So, in that context, yung ginagawa natin sa klase natin, mas pinapasimple natin. No, that is a communication strategy. Pero pwede ko naman kasi na gawing highly technical yung attacking ng subject and highly complex, since complex naman talaga din yung subject. But I refuse to do that kasi ang mangyayari, hindi nyo lang din maiintindihan yung lesson. So, if you have the chance, you can communicate and explain in a different way in words, okay, using simpler words that will facilitate understanding na maiintindihan nung kausap mo kahit hindi siya accountant or edu. Okay? Another would be gestures, facial expressions, or even writing down. Kapag nasa abroad ka, for example, at hindi mo alam yung salita, okay, anong ginagawa mo? You use facial expression, you use gesture kapag nagugutom ka na or nauuhaw ka, so that you can be understood. That is an example of communication strategy as well. Okay? Now, in light of that, meron tayong tatlong communication strategies, generally verbal, non-verbal, and visual. But I would like to highlight visual communication. Okay? Strategies that can be used through signs, web pages, and illustrations. Ang example nito ay yung road signs. Okay? So, yung road signs, kahit pag sinabi itong minimum speed dapat ang 30 kilometers per hour, of course, hindi ka na mag-extend. Okay? Hindi ka na dapat mas bilisan pa within that speed limit. Bakit nalaman mo yun kahit wala namang nagsasabi sa'yo orally na, meron speed limit dito na nasa highway or national road ka? Kasi nga, may visual communication, may mga road signs. Yung nakikita nyo, okay, these are examples kapag nasa highway tayo, for example, sa expressway, these are examples of visual communication. Okay? Halimbawa, pag pupunta ka ng Tarlac, okay, and gumaan ka ng expressway, o this way to Tarlac, for example. Example lang ha. So, dahil maraming ways doon, bakit nalaman mo na yun yung ruta? Kasi nga, merong visual communication. Okay? Next, multimedia. Pag sinabi natin multiple, pag media, plural form yan ng medium. So, maraming medium ang ginamit mo sa isang content. Like words, sounds, pictures, moving features, and things that you can play with it. Katulad ng ginagawa ng mga content creators. Ang ginagawa nila ay tinatawag na multimedia. Okay? Yung ginawa ninyong video advocacy ay example of multimedia also. Now, when you combine these medium, you call it multimedia. Now, if we would compare using traditional visual audio media and the strategies using the tools of technology, so malayo na, okay? And what I am about to discuss are the tips kung paano ba mas mapapaganda yung multimedia or yung mga ginagawa nating mga presentations, for example, when we do it next, so that it could be improved by the advent of technology. Okay? But tingnan ninyo, merong examples ng traditional visual audio media dyan, like yung flip chart, whiteboard, video handouts na ginagamit pa rin naman natin ngayon. Next. Okay. Ano naman yung strategies using tools of technology? Okay. Kung dati, kailangan mo pang mag-print ng handout, ngayon, you can present using a PowerPoint presentation, for example. And when you're presenting, whether it is PPT or multimedia, as much as possible, you make it simple. But what I would like to highlight is that, okay, we have to learn to contextualize our outputs based on the instruction and the context. Okay? Next, you may focus on your main points and use pictures to say what words can't. You may show things up close and use different pictures, but do not use too many pictures. Huwag naman masyadong maraming picture, baka nagmukha naman ng collage yung presentation mo. Ay halimbawa, thesis presentation ito. And then, another would be, ang ginagawa ng iba, pinipaste lang sa PowerPoint, kinaka-copy-paste yung content ng manuscript nila. Okay, ang nangyari, naging copy-paste, binasa lang. Again, PPT is an example of communication aid. Hindi dapat yan i-replace ka bilang presenter. At ang mangyayari dyan, pag masyadong maraming words, hindi na maintindihan, hindi na mababasa ng hanggang nasa likod. Kaya, dapat, PowerPoint presentations are intended only to enhance, to help, and to serve as an organizer or your guide, highlighting the important steps when you are presenting or reporting. Okay? Next, you can mix things, but you make sure they make sense together. Again, there is a contextualization. For example, kung bid ka, pwedeng mas colorful yung PPT mo. But, again, if it is yung animation mo, pwedeng mas creative. But, you learn to contextualize. Always. Depende. Okay? Siyempre, hindi na masyadong applicable yun kapag tertiary ka. Na masyadong makulay, bawat iba yung animation. Especially, halimbawa, nagpe-present ka ng case study mo. Okay? So, we learn to contextualize our outputs depending on the situations. Okay, next. We can be creative. Okay, but being colorful make things pretty, but just because something is colorful doesn't mean that it is creative. Okay, hindi porke makulay creative na. Okay, again, learn to contextualize. Halimbawa, ang ginawa naman ninyo ay documentary advocacy about documentary about rape, for example. Hindi naman applicable na nakita mo may creativity dun sa rubric. Sobrang colorful pa ng mga grading mo kasi parang nagiging double standard siya. So, it should be black and white, for example. Next, use nice fonts and text can be powerful. Imagine if your modules are written using a font style na calligraphy o kaya cursive tapos 10 yung font size. Mababasa niyo pa ba siya? Of course not. Okay? Learn to contextualize. Next, pictures can tell stories. Sinabi na natin yan kanina, but yung sobrang pictures ay hindi naman maganda. Okay, big things catch attention. You may highlight, bold, the most important things, the headings, the titles in your presentations. Next, pwede kayong gumamit ng infographics kasi maganda siyang pang trim down and pang summarize ng mga complex na information. Pwede rin kayong gumamit ng mga visuals like charts to present complex data. Okay, so it will be simpler. Next, you may always find inspiration as long as it is still cohesive or maayos pa rin and hindi siya magmumukhang magulo. Okay? So today we have discussed communication aids and strategies using tools of technology. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I'm very willing to assist you in my best of becoming. This has been Sir Don, and thank you so much.